Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. If you have any questions or suggestions for the show, or you'd like me to just do a little research for you, I love doing research for you. You can send an email to donna@donnasedge.com. Don't forget, now you can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. So, I was in Gadsden the other day, stopped by the theater, Gadsden Theater. Wonderful place. Phil and I have been to several plays there and have had an awesome time every single time. So there is an awards coming up, and this is going to be in January. It's called the Toggle Awards 2024. So I had the gracious folks talk with me, Mike Beecham, who is actually the production chairman, and also Courtney Linam, who is an actress, and she's also found on TV 24 in Oxford, Alabama. She handles their newscast there. But I had the opportunity to speak with them about the awards. You're going to be very pleased, and this is another thing I suggest you do, is anytime there is a play, anytime they have anything at this theater, you need to go. You'll be very impressed. Without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to these folks. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You can find us all over the world that way. We appreciate that as well. And thank you so much for watching. We definitely appreciate our audience, and our sponsors are absolutely awesome. I'm at a theater right here in Gadsden, Alabama, kind of between Gadsden and Rainbow City, if I'm correct there. Courtney is with me right now. And Courtney, tell me about what is the history of this theater?
Well, I think Mike would be able to give us the history a little bit better. I've heard him tell it, and he's so great at it. So
He's a great storyteller, right?
Yes, he's been around a lot
Mike
longer in
Beecham,
this
tell us
theater.
about the story.
Okay, so in 1924, there was at one end of this street a giant cotton mill. And at the other end of the street, there was a giant steel plant. So this was its own little town called Alabama City. And in 1924, there was a grocery store built here. And we're in that grocery store. It was later expanded and built into a movie theater. It ran as a movie theater from 1934 until 1964. It was closed down for a few years, and in 1972, the first show was done here, and it was purchased by the local theater group. Our theater's been running since 1930. We've only been dark twice. Once was during World War II, and once was during COVID. Other than that, we've been doing shows continuously, but this became our home in 1972.
Awesome.
So
if
we're
looking
in
around,
Alabama.
I might find a can of beans, right? Left over
You
from the grocery
could,
store.
you
Who
could.
knows?
You never know what you'll find
Yeah.
in here.
We're
So there's
in
a lot of
Alabama
history.
City, which used to be its own little town, had its own police force, its own mayor, and own city council, and own schools. And then when the cotton plant shut down and later the steel plant shut down, it was absorbed into and incorporated into Gadsden. So Alabama City is now part of Gadsden.
Well, it's a great place to be part of. Absolutely. Been all over Gadsden. Really love this town. Now, you've been in theater a long time. You said just about all your life?
Courtney just told you that I'm an old timer. So I've been in theater since God was a boy, back when I was 12 years old.
Well, that's only last year. I mean, you know, we got to stick together at our age, you know.
That's right.
So, why do you like the theater? What is so
Oh
appealing?
my gosh. It's such a art form, a form of communication. It can move you to tears. It can change your life. It can take you away from your troubles. It can give you a new perspective. And if you're doing theater, it can make you some of the best friends you'll ever have.
That's what I noticed about the play, the Christmas play, Christmas Carol. And everybody they were so close. All of you guys were all together. Now, you did the makeup there, is that right? Yeah, and that was exciting. By the way, your makeup looks fabulous, so you're a makeup artist. But everybody together, you all were in one mind.
It's a spirit of camaraderie that's hard to find in other industries and in other businesses. You just don't find the kind of camaraderie that you find in theater.
Absolutely. Now, there's some things you wanted to talk about, I kind of dragged it out of him just a little bit.
Well, we're really excited about two things. One is the Broadway World Awards, and we are up.
That's
Courtney,
huge.
how many awards are we up for?
I've lost
I've
count.
lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
15.
15.
That's a lot.
And we're up against every theater in North Alabama. That's college theaters, that's community theaters, and that's including the professional theaters in Birmingham.
That's huge.
So we're up for 15 awards, and we're in first place in lots of those.
Like 13 of them.
So
currently.
what are those? What are the first place
Well,
ones?
to name a few, we've got Best Choreography for Godspell, Cheryl Sington. We've got Best Costume Design. Joy Tilly Pyramid is actually up for 2 for her costume. She's in first place for Always Patsy Cline, and she's also in the running for Sordid Lives. And then Molly Page, she costumed Anne of Green Gables, and so she's in the running. Mike here is in first and around the 5th, 6th place. So first place for Best Direction of a Musical for Always Patsy Cline and for Godspell. He's also in second place for Sordid Lives for Best Direction and in the running for his direction in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Molly Page was Maggie the cat, and my goodness, and the entire
cast was great to work with. And that's Tennessee Williams is one of my very favorite authors and playwrights, and it was great to get to bring. It's been a long time since Tennessee Williams has been done here, so it was great to do that.
And it was so enjoyable. I just got to come and enjoy that show. I helped with a few little props here and there, but mostly I just got to go and be in the audience and enjoy every moment of it. It was wonderful.
That is great. So how do you get people together in one mind like that? Because, we all got sordid lives. We do other things, too. So how do you get everybody to come together?
We
to be
have
such
a
success?
rehearsal process that's usually 6 to 8 weeks long, depending on how involved the show is. That during that process, you get to be like family. You get to be you get to know each other, and just like a family, there are sometimes folks that get on your nerves,
Really?
or sometimes folks that rub you the wrong way, or sometimes folks that you don't want to sit across from at Thanksgiving dinner. But you're all family,
That
and
can
you're all
all
working
happen.
for the same thing.
It is a beautiful camaraderie that happens. I'm fairly new to theater. I just got my start, in 2020. I auditioned for Johnny Cash.
2019.
Was it 2019?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Mike, it was. And then we finally performed it in 2021.
It was the longest rehearsal period I've ever been involved in, and I've been in theater since I was 12 years old. We auditioned before COVID hit, and we postponed 6 or 7 times because of COVID, and we finally got to do it in 2022.
It just took it was 22. Okay, so yes, it took various shapes and turns, and we some of our cast members weren't able to make the new dates, and so instead of adding more cast members, Mike just figured out a way for us to all just kind of make it work, and it was beautiful, and we won a Broadway regional award for the best ensemble for that performance.
Now, I interrupted you. You were
That's
still
okay.
talking about the awards. I just had to ask. It was just one of those
Sure,
questions.
no,
How do you-
absolutely, and we'll talk about the awards or anything. Best musical direction of an orchestra, we've got Godspell and Always Patsy Cline. Those are tied. That's Angie Campbell and Greg and Denise Lafayette. Best musical, Patsy Cline is currently in the first, and I know I'm smiling a little because I got to play Patsy Cline in that.
You want to sing a little Patsy Cline for us?
Sure.
How about Crazy? I love Crazy.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Okay. Well, crazy, I'm crazy for feeling
see why I cast her as Patsy Cline.
I can see that. So how did you know she could sing like that
Oh yeah,
before you
we
cast her?
we had done 2 musicals together before that, and I'd heard her sing other places and heard her do karaoke, and I knew she could sing. But Patsy Cline's such a unique, such a very just iconic sound, and we needed somebody that could recreate that sound in order to portray that character.
Because she was forceful without being forceful,
Yes.
if that makes sense. And this is Courtney, you did that one, girl.
Well, thank you. It was a role of a lifetime, and I do have to say, Greg and Denise, who were the musical directors, they really helped find those little Patsy-isms, is what we were called, and then Mike really, of course, helped bring out the Patsy in me. And the best supporting performer, Casey Sheehy, she was my Louise, and I could be the best Patsy as I could have been, but if she didn't carry the performance the way she did, the show
It was a
wouldn't have
2-person
been.
show, and it was built around the relationship between Patsy Cline and one of her fans, and it was a really beautiful story.
Casey told it so well. And we had the coolest band. We had a steel guitar player, of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
and upright bass, and just the fiddle. I mean, every piece of it was great.
And
So
did she
you
have
can-
such a life? I mean, you got to play that. That was
It
awesome.
was an honor.
You can sort of see we get carried away talking about this because we love it so much.
Well, that's great. It shows the passion.
So
That's why. That's
we
why
got
you have all those award
sidetracked.
nominations.
What
So
else do
many
we have?
Sorted Lives. That was a show that we did this year. That's one of my favorite shows, and I got to play a part in that, Bitsy May. But Billy Jenkins, who played the role of Brother Boy, that was a role of his lifetime, I think.
So
It
he's
was-
in
First place.
First place
First
for
place.
best performance in a play in North Alabama. So for a whole year. So there's I don't know how many 100+ shows done in North Alabama
Yeah.
in a year's time.
That's a
When you
lot.
count all the colleges, all the community theaters, it's a whole lot of shows.
Yep.
Who
And
else?
let's see, White Plains Blue Mountain. That's an original play that was written by Donna and Bill Thornton.
Donna and
locally.
Bill Thornton are local writers, and several years ago I contacted them and said, I've got a favorite story that I'd love to see on stage. And it was this story of the hatchet murders that occurred in White Plains outside of
I remember
Jacksonville
that.
in the late 50s.
Uh-huh.
So they tied that
Is it
together.
Viola?
Viola Hyatt. When I was growing up,
Hey, guys, let's go to a commercial break. Sure. We'll be right back in just a minute. Everybody hang in there. We're going to be right back. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
My Towels solved the problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
MyPillow.com.
We are back, and I can't wait. Let's finish this story. You have me so intrigued.
So when I was a kid, and we would go on campouts, or we'd be out in the woods with a campfire, somebody would always tell the story of Viola Hyde. She's from White Plains,
Scary,
Alabama.
campfire, all that stuff.
And somehow, 2 men ended up chopped up, and she drove all over North Alabama tossing out body parts. And even though the actual murders occurred in Calhoun County, body parts were found here in Etowah County. So I wanted to do a show about that. So I contacted Bill and Donna Thornton, and they incorporated another famous murderess from Calhoun County, Audrey Marie Hilly. So they intertwined the 2 stories, and we did a staged reading of it when it was in its early stages, and I was going to be happy if we had 15 people come. A staged reading sort of gives the authors an opportunity to watch the response of the audiences. So what I told them was, we'll have 15 or 20 people here, and I want you to watch them as the actors read the play. Well, that night, we can seat 277 people here, and we had about 300 people in here.
What are you going to do with them?
We were expecting 15 or 20 people. So we knew it was going to be a hit. So 2 years later, we put it on stage in a full production. It was directed by Ian Sharp, who is on the list, I think, here. And we got, we had a big success and a lot of fun with that show. What else do we have?
It's up for Best New Player
Best
Musical.
New Player or Musical.
And then Shannon Hill, who played
Viola Hyatt.
Viola, she's in the lead for supporting performer. And then Melissa Crow, who played Audrey, she's also in the running for Best Performer in a Play.
Yeah, those two women were pretty spirited.
Oh, yeah.
And they did a great job. That was a really cool play.
Did that kind of scare you that they would do such a great job, though? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I've made fun of both of them since then about how they scare me.
yeah, you're doing it just a little bit too good. Yeah.
But I love it. I love it.
Let's see, what else do we have? Best Performer in a Musical. Courtney's up for that. And she's also up for Godspell for her role as Jesus in Godspell. We did an all-female version of Godspell.
That was a beautiful experience.
Yeah, what did you like about that experience?
Being able to have that camaraderie with the females that I worked with, and also to be able to tell the story of Jesus and what he brought to the world of love and acceptance and forgiveness and kindness and
You know, all those things, no matter what your religious standing, those things were the basis of the show, and that's what life should be all about.
And it
no
gives you
matter
peace.
what.
it did. Yes, love one another. You know, I mean that's
Forgiveness. You know, all the good things in life
Don't
are covered in
worship
that.
money or those or things in life. That relationships and people are so much more important than things and money and those.
I know a millionaire who passed away, and they said his very last words were, you know, if I could have just had one wish, it would have been not to be rich, but have my family around more often.
Wow.
I think
Pretty
at the end of
powerful.
life, a lot of people probably feel like that. I don't think we.
Why'd I do all this for?
Yeah.
And having those experiences.
So the other thing we really wanted to talk about is our new season.
Oh, yes,
We've
please.
got great
What's
shows
in
coming
store?
up. Our first show is going to be Still Magnolias.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a big audience favorite. That's going to be in February. It's going to be followed by The Outsiders, then Fiddler on the Roof. Then we're bringing back Beehive. That was a show that we were doing when COVID hit and we had to shut down. Then we're doing Miracle on 34th Street.
That
So
one too.
we've got some great shows coming up. Beehive has all the classic hits of the 60s in it. Anything that was sung by a female in the 60s just about is covered in
So
that
who will be
show.
singing?
We don't know yet.
I'm
We'll
definitely going to audition for that one.
I was
we're
going to
going to
say.
recast the show. We hope that many of the original cast members will come back, but we're not sure yet. You never know who's going to show up for auditions. That's another fun thing about
So how do you
this.
select folks to be in your plays?
How do you select?
How do you
folks?
do
It's
that?
tough sometimes. So we just had auditions for Still Magnolias, and we had about 30 women audition for 6 roles. And it was tough. You just have to, as a director, decide who's going to be able to best bring that character to life.
Is it a feeling you have
A lot of
when the
it's-
person walks in? Is that when you just
Sometimes
know?
it really is. Sometimes you just have to follow your gut in theater. So,
Yeah, I can see that. So has there been a time you chose someone and then someone else walks in?
oh yeah, yeah.
Does that happen a
yeah.
lot?
So I don't tell anybody what's in my head until
Good idea.
auditions are over.
It probably is a good idea.
So how do people find out about you to audition for a show?
We've got a Facebook page, Theater of Gadsden, Theatre. We've got a website, theaterofgadsden.org, Theatre of Gadsden.org.
And there's always posting auditions and upcoming shows.
Yeah, because people get sick and, things happen.
Well, we want people to audition, and even if they're not interested in being on the stage, there's always so many
Oh my
things
gosh.
that we need help with. I mean, there's
Building the set, finding the props, the costumes, the lights, the
Lights.
sound, we have to have somebody clean the bathrooms around here. We're
I can do
volunteer-
that part.
ushering. That's one.
Yeah, greeting people as they're
And
coming
putting out
in.
signs, helping tell, like what you're doing for us right now. We appreciate that so much. Helping
Yes.
spread the word.
Oh, I'm having a blast. I'm really, I hope you asked me to come back.
Good. Well, we'll just get you as part of the family.
I
once
really
we
want
get
to
a
be
hold
part of
of
this
you.
family. I tell
Absolutely.
you, I really
And there
do.
is a reason why we're in the running, and by a far margin. So we have 23% of the votes right now for favorite local theater. So
And that's really big
I'm not
for
shocked.
us.
I'm not shocked. So, do you have a favorite play you have ever directed? It'd be hard to pick.
It would
Play
be
or musical,
hard.
or-
Okay, so play Sordid Lives would be among my favorite.
Now, what about Sordid Lives?
Oh,
What's the-
it's about death in a small southern town and about twisted family relationships. Also about love and acceptance.
And you keep going back to that, to love and acceptance. Got to forgive, right?
You know,
Makes us happier. We can go through life easier.
I think most of the shows that we did this past season had an undertone of love
Absolutely.
and acceptance. Even
Yeah.
A Christmas Carol. I mean, think about that with Scrooge. I mean, he's having to change his tone about that. And then, of course, definitely with Godspell and even Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I mean, I feel like all of the shows we did this year have that undertone.
they do. And I hadn't even thought about that before.
It just kind of worked out. We're in that season, political season. We all need to get our minds off that
Yes,
and come watch a good play.
absolutely. So Still Magnolias opens February the 9th, and it runs for 2 weekends, Friday and Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon. So
That'll
that's
fit
gonna be a
everybody's
sellout.
schedule.
Yeah.
That's gonna. So you have to get the tickets really quick.
yes,
Now you can pay for the tickets online. Go to the
You can.
website and
Yep,
do
there's
Sure
a
that.
link
can.
on the website for tickets.
there's
or
a
on
link, and
Facebook.
then you select which performance you want to see, and it'll walk you right through it.
Well, I told you this was going to be very fast. You have less than 2 minutes. What would you like to say before we close?
Okay, so
Definitely, we appreciate all the votes. We want
Absolutely.
to take home as many as we can because we've
if
worked
you haven't
so
voted and you've seen one of our shows, go online to BroadwayWorld.com.
Okay.
Look for the Alabama Regional Awards.
hard. It'll be under Birmingham. So
Okay.
the one that you'll vote for us will be the BroadwayWorld.com and the Regional Awards Birmingham. So you'll see where you can select those.
And then there'll be
It's
lots-
free to vote.
Yes, don't
Don't
pay.
put it-
If
yes.
it sends you to a link that says pay, don't.
Oh,
It's
thank
a
you.
vote
really
for free.
weird website, really. We didn't have anything to do with the website, of course. but it is free. All you have to do is put in your email. And if you are interested in getting involved in theater, I say do it. I mean, this
Shoot
was
us a
bucket
message.
list. Let us know. This was a bucket list item for me to do a show, and now I've done, 5 in the last 2 years, and I love it. I've created some of the most beautiful relationships that I will just hold on to for the rest of my life. And
Absolutely.
it's really, allowed me to come out of my shell in so many things. And I've
She
realized.
was so shy before.
I'm not believing that.
Well, I did. it did
do
help
they
me
make the
believe in
best
myself.
actors and actresses? People who are just kind of shy and
We have introverts, extroverts, we have everybody that ends up on stage. And so I'm not really sure how to answer that, but
do people forget their lines? Is it
oh
easy
yeah,
to do?
yeah. And that's one of the beauties of live theater is you have to go with whatever happens.
Ad lib?
Ad lib, yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to have to call it a day. Thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show with
you,
me
Donna.
today. This has been absolutely awesome. Let's
appreciate
do
it.
this often, okay? Thank you, Mike and Courtney, for everything you do for the town of Gadsden and the surrounding areas. My name is Donna. Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge Talk Show. We're your source for news and information where truth matters. You can find us on television channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Again, thank you so much for watching.